Howdy folks, this is Chris with Big Guys Hike 2, and I am hiking one of the trails at Atwood State Park in Ohio, near my hometown. We're on vacation. I came home for a family reunion and my wife's 50th birthday to celebrate with her family, and we're spending 10 days here. So, trying to continue hiking. As you can see, I'm winded. This is a pretty steep hill climb, and I'm in pretty bad shape. Worst thing was the first day we were here, we were unloading the camper, and I tweaked my back. I've been having muscle spasm, so I'm kind of worried about whether or not I'm gonna be able to do much on this hike, but this is what we're doing. So, you want to continue with me? That's great. So, go ahead and talk about some stuff. First off, I started back on my keto diet. It's been about 8 months since I got diagnosed with the cancer, and after radiation treatment, I was having a lot of nausea and a lot of problems trying to eat, so I kind of went off the diet, and so stopped making excuses now, and I'm back on the diet. So I was pretty happy. It only took me about 3 days to get into ketosis, so that was really nice. I use a what's it, the Cujo, I think, or Kjo or something like that, but it's the blood test. I'm diabetic, as some people might already know, and I got to draw blood and or do stinger sticks for my blood. Look at how you can't see in the camera. That is a steep hill I'm climbing up. That's why I'm huffing and puffing way down there. So pardon me if I'm puffing, but if you don't huff and puff, then you don't improve, right? So with the keto diet, it's not so hard. I'm not gonna lie to anybody who wants to start it. First time you go on a keto diet, the first 2 weeks, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna say it's worthless. It's gonna make you feel terrible. They call it the keto flu. Whew. And they call you just get no energy, get a brain fog. You feel weak. You're hungry all the time, and it's just miserable. However, whew, I had to take a breather here. Okay, so with the diet, every time you do it, it's a little easier and a little quicker to get back into ketosis. And the keto flu, I didn't have it this time, but the hunger pains went away day 2, which was amazing. And as far as the lack of energy, today I'm starting to feel energy. Yesterday I felt some energy, so I was a little groggy the first couple days, but now I'm starting to feel a little more active, wanting to do stuff. Now it's just a matter of reconditioning my body and losing the weight, make all this hiking a little easier. So anyway, that's that. Great diet. The big thing is you got to retrain yourself, which means you've got to learn how to eat all these substitutes for the foods you really like. So the key to that is learning the things you like, what you can eat that is keto friendly, similar. So for instance, someone's done. There's a bench over here I'm gonna sit on, catch my breath. So Deep breath. Whew. So anyway, like for instance, can't have bread. So, and I'm a diabetic, so I'm restricting my keto to less than 25 grams of carbs a day. So, pretty much no carbs at all. And you'll find that foods you wouldn't think have carbs in them have, like carrots, have carbs. So you'll have 1 or 2 carbs in things you eat, and after the end of the day, it ends up being 25 grams. So you definitely don't want to eat anything that is a carb, because you'll go over. So for bread, they've been coming out with more and more options. And when we first started, my wife went on this diet and she lost 40 pounds in like 3 months, and she's managed to keep 30 of it off by going off the same time I went off 8 months ago. She's gained about 10 pounds back, and she's going back on it with me right now until she loses that 10 pounds, and then she's gonna level out because she achieved her weight goal, so she was happy with it. So that's good for her. What I can say is we started the bread was they had one bread that we got in with all the bread section, and it was a keto bread at Aldi's, and I don't know what brand it was, but it was the only one they had, and it was good as a sandwich bread. It had 1 net carb, and you can make sandwiches. We would do lunch meat, but the lunch meat we did was like sliced whole turkey breast. We try to stay away from any of the prepackaged stuff and try to buy healthier choices, but they're, you get in the deli section. So anyway, we would make sandwiches for lunches sometimes, and that bread was really good for that. But we found out very quickly when you toast it, it pretty much turns into cardboard, has no flavor. It's awful. So we did find at our local grocery store a frozen keto bread, and you'd put it in the toaster frozen, and it would come out toast, and it was really good. But if you thawed it out and tried to eat it as bread, it was awful. So we basically had a loaf of bread that we used for anything we didn't toast, and we had a loaf of bread that we used specifically for toasting. Recently, Arnold's brand has come out with keto bread that is both good toasted and not toasted. And they also have hot dog buns and hamburger buns. And our store that we have, you can get the hot dog buns about 75% of the time you go to the store. Hamburger is really super hit and miss, and it's probably about out of 6 times we go, we might find some on the shelf. They have a place on the shelf, but it's always sold out, so we must not be the only ones grabbing that. But you really can't tell that it's keto when you're eating it. What I can tell you is the nice thing about those breads are they're almost 100% fiber, and you can't digest them, and they sit in your gut, and not in a bad way, but they keep you full for a very long time, a lot longer than regular sandwich would. So if I eat 2 sandwiches for lunch, I eat a late supper because I'm not really hungry. So that's a good thing about them. I've also, with the Arnold's, they started doing it just now, and it's almost like an English muffin. It's a flat kind of round bread, and we toast it, and I use it as a biscuit, or I use it as an English muffin or a hamburger bun. Just lightly toast it and use it for any of those, and it tastes really good. It's thin, and it makes nice hamburger buns, since we can't get the hamburger buns. So that's something we do. Look up on YouTube, and they have a really super good selection of different recipes, and the one we were craving, pizzas, and the cauliflower crust is just awful. And if you ever start the diet, there's all this cauliflower stuff that's supposed to replace your rice, and because they have it shredded, and at first you're like, oh, that's it's all right, put some sauce on it, it's not that big a deal. But go on a diet for about a month, and after a month it's like no more cauliflower. So we try not to use cauliflower for substitute for anything but maybe rice, and that's about it. And maybe sometimes in some of the casseroles. Is good with cheese. So anyway, so we were craving a pizza, and we found a chicken crust pizza, which is where you take cheese and chicken, shredded chicken, and you dry it out and you make a crust out of it, mix it up with egg, I think. You make a crust, you half cook it, then you put your toppings on it and cook it. And let me tell you, my wife, she loves that. So that was a heavy item. We made a lot more pieces than we even normally do. So, but that was really nice. And let's see what other neat little tricks we found. Oh, condiments, you use a lot of mustard because it's 0 calories. Anything made with dill pickles is 0 calories. So relish that is not sweet relish but dill relish is 0 calories. Mustards are usually 0 calories. And we buy a sugar-free ketchup that is 0 sugars. And I think it has 1 or 2 carbs because of the tomatoes. But we put that on our as condiments, so that does that. You can use as much mayonnaise as you want on this diet. We don't go overboard with it, but so you really don't miss anything on that. And then you should load up when you make a hamburger or whatever. You load up on the lettuce, tomatoes, and slices of pickles or whatever on there, and kind of add that to it, and that helps you with the calories. So we do that. So also noodles. There's certain mushrooms. They make noodles out of mushrooms, and we use those for our spaghetti and our fettuccine and things like that. They have these cheese wraps that I used for lasagna one time. So you just got to learn to use substitutes for stuff you got, so that way you not feel like you're not eating it. And then the other thing is load up on the vegetables and fruits and the salad. Eat a salad with every meal. Kind of helps you fill up, and because the foods you can eat are pretty high calorie density, like cheeses, nuts, berries. Berries aren't too bad, but berries and meat. And so if you eat just those by themselves, you'll find you're going to have a lot of calories, so you're not going to lose weight like you think you would. If you add all the vegetables and fruits in there, then you start losing weight. Nice thing about the diet is you have a lot of energy, you don't have hunger pains, and your skin and hair is gonna grow much better, feel better, and your mental acuity will start getting a little sharper. So anyway, that's the diet. So I've been doing that, and then the hiking. Like I said, I tweaked my back, or I would have hiked every day this week. But today I'm doing it, and then I'll probably do it a couple more times. I'll probably pick a little flatter area. If you noticed, I don't have my companion Red with me. I don't know what happened yesterday, but he woke up this morning and he's definitely not acting normal. So I left him back, and he's sleeping, which, you know, about border collies, that does not happen. All right, I'm entering a fire watchtower, and I'm gonna go up. It's used to be a fire watch. Now it's just an observation deck that they let you go up. So it'd be kind of neat to see the scenery. I'll show it to you. But I wanted to put out some information weekly, so I made sure I got out here with the camera and got out here and get my heart rate elevated up, which that I definitely have. So hopefully I have more content for you, and I want to do a little more product review down the road, and test out some of my equipment. And I got some new equipment I want to purchase, and I'll put reports out on that. Woo! Let me tell you, I am out of shape. But you know what? You gotta do it. So anyway, I'm gonna reverse this so you can see the view I'm looking at. There's the lake. You can see down there how far we are. So anyway, I don't know if you can see those campers or make those up. That's the campers I'm at. So anyway, and just I'm gonna go now, and remember, plan your hike and hike your plan.